Hello, Richard Phillips. What do you understand abstractly? Hello. You don't think a blonde woman from wherever she's from, the Midwest, who has a degree in fashion can be a doctor? You don't think that legally blonde can go to medical school and become medically blonde? Cardiac arrest? I object. No, honey, it's the wrong movie. You're medically blonde now. You're not a lawyer no more. Now you're in medical school. You're trying to be a doctor. You can't just object and stop the cardiac arrest from happening. The patients are like, why is my doctor wearing all pink? Am I in heaven? Is it all pink in heaven? Did you see the movie Legally Blonde? Did you have to see that horrible movie and when you were grade 8? When I was in middle school, we had to watch that horrible movie Legally Blonde. We had to do an assignment on it and then do an assignment on Legally Blonde. I think my grade 8 teacher wanted to it was a guy and maybe he like had a fascination with blondes. Is that why is that why we watched the movie in class and then had to do an assignment on it? Because my grade 8 teacher had a thing for blondes. I mean, now it all makes sense. Like, now I know why we had to watch that stupid movie in class. That makes sense. Our teacher probably did have a fascination for blondes. Although he didn't seem like the type to be like a player, Anyways. Hey, Richard Phillips, by chance, are you related to the Phillips screwdriver? Because it's interesting, Catherine, Candace Owens Candace Owens was saying about how someone from the Epstein world was related to the president of Israel because they had the same last name. It was bizarre. Can't remember the last name, some Jewish last name, but apparently someone from the whole Epstein world was related to the president of Israel. They had the same last name. Obviously, I know that your last name's Phillips. It doesn't necessarily means that you're related to the Phillips Empire, screwdriver empire, but you never know. It would be stupid to assume either way. Did I mess up something with the grammatical? Did I do a grammatical error here? Let's see. Says here she has a background in, yeah, I don't see a grammatical error, but thank you for pointing that out. Don't you guys want to see Reese Witherspoon go to medical school and try to become a doctor in her 40s? I mean, they could probably do a plot. I mean, they maybe she has a really sick grandfather who dies of cancer, and then she wants to go to medical school because she wants to become like a cancer doctor. So then the next thing you know, Reese Witherspoon's in medical school in her 40s. I mean, it could work. I think medical school is more fulfilling than being a lawyer. Those lawyers, they're all scumbags anyways, the lawyers. Look at Pam Bondi. The Pam Bondi, Trump's Pam Bondi is the real Legally Blonde in real life. And look at her, she's like, oh, Epstein list? What Epstein list? Oh, see, all the lawyers are scumbags. Every lawyer's a scumbag. This is a parody fan fiction idea that they could do a reboot of Legally Blonde, but make it medically blonde. Um, it could be like a spin-off reboot of Legally Blonde, but it'll be medically blonde. And instead of going to law school now, like it could be the same character. She's been a lawyer now for 20 years. She's in her 40s. Now she's in her 40s and she has, let's say for example, she has a grandfather that's dying of cancer and it inspires her to go to medical school and to do it for her grandfather that died of cancer, right? Now she's in her 40s. She goes to medical school in her 40s. She's blonde. She wears pink. She walks into the medical school and she's all wearing pink like at the Legally Blonde movies, right? Now she's medically blonde and she's all super blonde and pink and no one takes her seriously because she wears pink and she's blonde and she's racist. No one takes her. So no one takes her seriously, but she has a spirit. She has a good spirit, and hopefully the patients all survive. Hopefully she's better than the doctors on Grey's Anatomy. Heck, and then after the movie, she could even guest star on Grey's Anatomy as a doctor, the legally blonde doctor, or the medically now it's medically blonde doctor. And maybe there's a guy that's because in the first Legally Blonde movie, she stalked that guy. She stalked him and she followed him to law school. And she's because just because he broke up with her, she followed him all the way to law school like a stalker. And he's shocked to see her. He's like, "You got into Harvard Law." So now they could have like a new guy and like a medical school. And he's like, "You got into medical school? You got into medical school? Who did you to get into medical school? Did you bribe the whole medical school? Did your rich family bribe the entire medical school? How did you get into medical school?" No, but I would watch Medically Blonde. I don't know if I would pay for it. I would probably wait for it to go free on Tubi TV or one of those other free streaming sites. But I would watch the movie because, we all remember Legally Blonde. I had to sit through that movie for an hour and a half because it was for an assignment for school. We had to watch the movie in our class for school. Obviously, I watched the movie like when it first came out, like 20 years ago, right? Well, we watched it I didn't go see it in the theaters. It had come out about 20 years ago, approximately. Then a year later, our teacher, who I guess had a thing for blondes, or just was lazy and didn't want to teach the class, he'd made us for spend 2, 3 days watching the Legally Blonde movie, and then we had to do an assignment on Legally Blonde and then talk about the legal system and stuff like that. I'm assuming there's people here in their 30s or older, because I don't know if people under 30 know the Legally Blonde movie or remember it. I mean, they probably would have seen Legally Blonde too, because the second Legally Blonde movie what came out much later. So it'd be good at least if you learn stuff about medical school. That would be good, so that anyone who actually is interested in becoming a doctor for real, maybe the movie could be like both comedy and you learn about like real information about medical school. I'm pretty sure I remember I saw an episode of Grey's Anatomy where they had like a doctor in their 40s. Yeah, so I remember watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy where they had like an intern. The intern was in their 40s. So I guess they can, I don't think she's too old to, guess she's not too old to, Are there actually people watching this stream? Someone came in and was saying, oh, they don't believe 120 people are watching the stream. Why? Is this just a bunch of Russians who are playing a trick on me? Is this like some Russian hacking thing or something? What's good? I'm just assuming that there's whatever, there's 100 people approximately in here right now, give or take. It keeps fluctuating. Like it goes from 90 to 100, then 120, then 300, then goes back to 100. It keeps fluctuating. So I don't know what country are they from. It says in my YouTube analytics, it says that the majority of my viewers are from the United States. It says I got some viewers, I got most of my viewers are from the United States. A small percentage are from Canada. Well, I'm from Canada. A small percentage are from the UK. A small percentage are from Germany and India. I love the Germans. I wish the Germans would watch me more, but anyways. And I think I have like a small section of North Koreans that like to watch me sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know why the North Koreans like to watch me. I guess they see something. They see potential in me. The North Koreans see potential in me. That's good because the Russians already denied my application. So I think Reese Witherspoon is still hot. Like I saw pictures of her in her 40s and 50s. I don't know. Is she in her 40s or 50s? I know she's at least in her 40s, right? So I saw pictures of Reese Witherspoon and she's hot. Yeah, I think she must. Yeah, she must be in her 40s. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's at least 10 years older than me. I'm pretty sure. So she got to be in her 40s because I'm in my 30s. I don't know. Is Hollywood gonna be like, no, no, right? Hollywood will don't doesn't mind that she's in her 40s, right? Right? If Reese Witherspoon is too old to go back in the movies, then that scares me because, you know, I mean, I guess they could do a whole medically blonde storyline without Reese Witherspoon. I guess they could have a new blonde, even blonder blondie who can go to medical school, I guess. But I think it would be funnier to bring back Reese Witherspoon because it would be more make it more interesting if she went back to medical school in her 40s and then, I think that would make a more interesting storyline, especially for all the people that wonder about maybe going back to college in their 30s or 40s. So I think that would be a good storyline. And then it shows her trying to keep up with like the 20-year-olds in medical school. I think that would be a better storyline. And then at least it would also bring back the original Legally Blonde people that like the Legally Blonde movies. I didn't really like it too much, but I am actually interested in if it's possible for people in their 30s to go back to go to medical school, or if they're like too old. I do remember there were a couple episodes of Grey's Anatomy, and one episode he was 35 and he wanted to go, but then he died. But he was 35 and he was saying about going back to medical school, and she said, "Oh, you're 35 and you want to go back to in medical school, going to go to medical school, and you're 35." But then I saw another episode of Grey's Anatomy, or was it ER? It was Grey's Anatomy or ER, and then they had like an intern, and the intern was 40. So, I guess you're not too old. You're never too old. I do lots of different stuff to get different audiences. Like, and it also says in my YouTube analytics that 75% of my audience is male. So sometimes I try to do more female stuff, like not female stuff. I like to do content that would maybe make a bigger female audience. So I think this would count as something that probably more females. I think a lot more females watched like the movie Legally Blonde. So maybe this might improve my YouTube analytics because right now it's like 75% males are viewing my content and 25% females, which makes sense because my content is like really intelligent or more on the intelligence side. I don't really do like I'm sure if I had a whole YouTube channel about fashion and polka dots and pink, then I get more female viewers. But no, my channel is about science and mathematics, so it makes sense that I would have more male viewers than female. Oops. It was just- and that's why I don't have as many female viewers.